Hi, this is Joe from DomainAcademy.com, and today what I want to do is take you through a tweet that we saw from DomainSmoke. He just put out some names that he recommends in his newsletter, and I'm not either endorsing or not endorsing them. I just want to show you how you would look through these names and see what might be valuable and why you might want to bid on them. So there's a few names here. It looks like there's 6. I'm just going to take a few and take you through some of the steps that you would look at using Domain Academy and GoDaddy's auctions and some tools that we have to be able to figure out if the name is valuable or not, and if it's worth a bid, and if so, how much. So I'm going to take pocketslots.com, and what I've done is I've loaded it up auctions and signed in on GoDaddy, and I like to do a search myself for the name. So if you're going to place a bid and you're using somebody's affiliate, they did the work for you. I placed the bid through their affiliate link just to be a nice person. But what I first like to do is just research the name on my own by going to the auctions and putting in the search in this main search bar, not the advanced search, because what it's going to do is it's going to bring back the result, but it also brings back similar names. So one of the things that I could see is like, this is Pocket Slots, but it also brings back Pocket Casino and Your Slots. So it brings back different keywords and different ideas that are similar as far as what the algorithm thinks. So it gives me an idea. And one of the reasons why I think that's important is that it shows me that Pocket Slots is on auction right now, and Pocket Slot is also available on auction for $50,000 as a buy now. One of the things that I would look at is if we could check archive.org and take a look and see how long has there been a for sale lander on this page, how long has this singular version been available for sale that's similar, and then I do a similar thing is just kind of get an idea of the lay of the land. What are other people selling that's similar? Pocket casinos, game slots, phone slots, and you can see the prices that they have available for bin. And some starting offers. So this just gives you a kind of a general big picture, 50,000 foot view of the landscape of similar names that might be for sale. And it also gives us some other information. This little hot icon shows that it's been getting bids, and it's valued over $1,000. We'll see what it's about to end, so we'll see what it actually ends at, or if it extends. But it's got 36 bids, and $1,225 is the current price. So why that might be, we give you some basic information here in this fly-in. We tell you who's bidding, that there are 7 bidders with 36 bids. It looks like here's your estimated value, which is $4,100. And then it gives us a couple other things. You can see that it's Pocket Slots all spelled out in uppercase. There's no 0 hiding as an O or something like that. You can see it's been 20 years that this name's been registered for, and you can see if it has any backlinks or trust flows. So it gives you basic information. If we want to look at some more information, looks like the auction just ended at $12.25. We'll find out $12.55. Find out if that's a good deal or not. We're going to go to DomainAcademy.com. You can go to /tools to bring you right to the tools page, or you can just go to DomainAcademy.com, which will forward to this. And once you're logged in, you just sign in here with this button if you're already a member. If not, you get DDC, Domain Discount Club, and then it'll allow you to be a member. I'm signed in, and you can see on this first page that we have a tools button, so you can easily get to the tools that I was just at if you don't remember how to get there. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple different tools. One of the main ones that's, I think, most easy to access is the Research Snapshot. The only thing with this is that you only get 150 uses a month, and you can see your credits that you have here remaining and when they refresh. The only reason you have to keep an eye on that is because you want to use these researches credits for names that you're really kind of serious about. You don't want to just start here and use everything up, and then you don't have any credits for the rest of the month. This takes a little bit of time because we're querying a large data set, and we're asking a lot of external partners, and that is why it's limited to 150 credits, because we can only ask those partners so much each month. So as we go through here, you can see that valuation that we just had on the auctions, but you can also see the Estepop valuation and a BrandPa valuation. This is a brandable name, and we can take a look at a couple other things. Are there any trademarks? We want to see that, because that just shows kind of popularity. We don't want to buy a name if it's trademarked and try and sell it back to the trademark holder or infringe on anyone's rights. We're just kind of getting an idea of how important is this in commerce, these words. And the more important they are, typically the more people would have trademarks on them. You can see how many companies are actually using that keyword, pocket slots. So looks like nobody's actually using that keyword as their company name. And you can see how many startups are using it. And right now, there's no startups that are using that keyword. That helps you as well to figure it out. And you can also take a look at, here's the age. We saw 20 years. You can see Google Trends as far as what people are searching for on Google over time. And you can see that that's been stable. And the sales velocity for these keywords has also been stable over time. How popular it is as far as other keywords go. So you can see that there's 2 that are registered, and if you look up here, it's already set. Pocketslots.com, pocketslots.net. So there's only 2 that have that exact match, and there's 5 that contain it. So maybe it's My Pocket Slots, or The Pocket Slots, or Pocket Slots Vegas. So those would contain the pocket slot, and there's 5. You can see too the search volume, the exact search volume for pocket slots, and the broad search volume. There's not that many searches. There is a decent amount of advertising on it, and what you'd want to do is you'd want to go to Google, and this can change throughout the day, so it's best to just kind of check it a couple of times. But you can see how many sponsored results there are. So there's not that many searches for it, but there is some ad competition, right? There's 3 right off the bat, and you can see when we come down if there's any more at the bottom. So that's all we're seeing, about 3 ads. So it doesn't look like there's a lot of commercial use for this name right now. However, it's got a lot of bids, right? The GoDaddy valuation and the BrandPa, which is brandable marketplace valuation, place it around $3,000. That's a little bit low. What we're gonna do is we're gonna convert to a valuation worksheet, and what that does is that allows you to pull some comps, and we're going to pull these for you from Name Bio, and you can start to see Pocket Health. So that's got Pocket Gambino slots. That's sold for $6,000. Royal slots for $5,000. These slots, $50. And this is, you could see, this drop catch is a wholesale marketplace. So these slots is selling wholesale for $5,000 a few years ago. So what you could start to see is, what does the market look like for 2-word names that contain slots or are very similar in nature, and you can pick out the closest ones. So Pocket Mall is probably not as good as a comp as Royal slots. Royal slots and Pocket slots, this gets back to me looking at the BrandPa valuation, are more brandable type names. So although people aren't looking for this right now, you could see as a brand, if you launch with Pocket slots, that's very memorable. It's very easy for people to be able to spell. There's only one way to spell it. You don't spell slots one way in the US and a different way in England. So it's got the ability for easy recall. It passes, as we say, the radio test, which you can take a look at here. I'm going to close this down. We're going to go back to the research. Let me find this. Radio test, it passes, which means it's easy to recall. The word order is correct, right? It's easy for people to remember. It's not hyphen or hack. It's not pocket dot slots. It's a hack. So we can look at, and this helps you to value your name, is what type of sales we select that are similar, and that'll help you to figure out what it's worth. So So let's pick some. So let's say I like Lucky Slots. I think Easy Slots, that's a good brandable one. And maybe we're going to look for something that's kind of close in time. Candy Slots, that's not really similar. I'm going to see if there's a really close one. That's what I'm trying to find. Look at that, Pocket Lots. One letter can make a big difference. This is obviously a wholesale sale that happened 10 years ago. So you want to make sure that you're looking for a retail sale. One that was sold on to an end user, because that's who you're going to be selling this to. You're buying it retail or you're buying a wholesale right now in the expired auction, and your plan is just to sell it on, obviously, to somebody who's going to pay retail price. So we want to make sure we're picking a retail comp. It looks like it gets worse as we go on, so I'll just pick, and I'm not going to pick this, although Pocket Shop is, kind of close. It's another wholesale. Dropcatch is a wholesale marketplace. Cedo, which is not a wholesale, we'll just take Candy Slots. I think that's close enough. So we're going to select these comps, put them in, and this will help us to figure out some pricing. This will automatically change for us, and you could see that your retail value is between 2 and 5. Your maximum retail is just a guess again, is between 5 and 10, and we can tweak these. And the wholesale is between 300 and 2,000, which is about what we just saw. Let's go back and see where it ended up. It looks like it ended up at 12.25. So you can see that falls in line with what our tools show as far as your resale value, and this is going to be to the highest and best case use. Pocket Slots, probably 2-word name, is going to fall in the low 5-figure, high 4-figure price range. So this is what I would do, is start to look at what's your potential for a name that you want to bid on, and start to look at how popular. When we looked at these comp sales, we were able to see kind of how popular those keywords are based on the dates that they sold. You can sort by date and see that there was pocket frame, only one keyword containing name, either slot or pocket. And this was pulling from. You could see it's looking at pocket at the start and slots at the end. Only ones that meet these requirements. We had one sale last year, and we had, looks like, a few in 2022 or 2022, excuse me. There's a lot here, 2022, 2022, 2022. So we've got a lot that meet that requirement, and then it kind of slowed down. So that's something that you want to keep an eye on too when you're considering a purchase. Why was it so strong in 2021, 2022, 2020 looks like it's strong, and then 2023 it kind of dropped off. So why was that? And we don't see anything. We're almost done with 2024. So these are things that you want to look at the data more before you make a bid in that price range. I still think that Pocket Slots is a good name, but you'd have to consider, is it worth the $1,255, and what is the amount of money that you're going to be able to get back on that, and if that's worth your ROI, like your return. If you're going to get it for $1,255 and you're going to sell it for, let's say, $4,000, it's about a 3x return, and if that makes sense for you or not. But at least going through this, you have some ideas of who the buyers are. There's one other thing that I think is really helpful when we look at this. Didn't save it, so we're going to take a look. You can go over here to the for sale link as well and see what similar names other investors have for sale. So you can see onlineslots.net, somebody wants $300,000 for, and again, this is what people listed it for. It doesn't have any correlation to an appraisal or value. It just gives you more data points. So Pocket Poker, somebody wants almost $34,000 for. Bright Slots, $25,000. Prompt Slots, $25,000. So we want to look for things that are similar here. Travel Slots is for sale for $10,000. So you can take a look. If there's a lot that are similar, if we had other names that were like Pocket Slot, you know, or you know, very, very similar names, and there was a lot of other choices. So we had maybe pocketslots.net, .org, .biz, .info, and they're all for sale. That gives the person who's coming along to buy this name that really likes these keywords other options. So you want to look at what other options are available as well. So when we look at some names that are available for sale, I'd start here if it's something that you're very seriously considering bidding on. Hope this helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe.